Well, hi everybody. I think we're at the pointy end of today. It's great to be here. Thanks to GTH for inviting all of us along. What a great event. It's incredible to see an accounting practice helping their clients get a handle on these new and scary technologies. We are moving at such a rapid pace at the moment when it comes to software and technology. It's quite exciting. My name's Jason Forbes. I'm from Spotlight Reporting. What we do at Spotlight Reporting is we work predominantly with accountants and with business advisors to help provide them with the tools to have or deliver their business advisory services through to you as business owners. We take your financials and help bring them to life in terms of various visuals and the like. Spotlight, we've been around for about 6 or 7 years now. We have gone global. Originally, we were out of Wellington with Xero, interestingly enough. In fact, Xero purchased our work papers, which was quite cool. So we've got quite a close working relationship with Xero. We're used by over 1,000 different accountants around the globe. And we are Xero's #1 reporting app within their ecosystem. Certainly, the development in software that we've seen over the past few years with the likes of everyone that you've heard speak today is heralding some incredible efficiency gains. Certainly, if your business is in any of those fields that were discussed, HR, farming reporting, e-commerce with Neato, and Xero, is certainly worth looking into. Technology has become an enabler, and those efficiencies that you're seeing, accountants are starting to see as well through the likes of Spotlight Reporting. We've been able to link in to your online financial data and streamline the production of management reports, budgets, forecasts, dashboards, to be able to allow the accountant or the advisor to then sit down and walk through those results with you, which is quite exciting. Effectively, we've lowered the cost of production of the management reports. The management reports are one thing though, you really need an advisor, the likes of Matt, for example, to walk you through those results. Without an advisor in place to help you understand what those reports are reporting on, to help you strategize, to help you make better and more informed decisions, they can be a bit confusing. So you might be wondering, what exactly are business advisory services? Well, they certainly start with something quite simple, such as just a budget. We've got our new financial year coming up. A budget for your business is obviously a roadmap for the coming year, quite important. Profit and cash flow forecasting. What is our cash going to look like throughout the year? Cash is the lifeblood of your organisation. If we can predict when we're going to have those highs and lows, we're going to be better positioned to be able to manage our cash and stay viable as a business. Banks these days or lending institutions require three-way forecasts. What's a three-way forecast? A three-way forecast includes the profit and loss, cash flow forecast, but also the balance sheet forecast. No one reads a balance sheet forecast other than a bank if they're looking to lend you money. So certainly if you are going for finance, get GTH to help you with a three-way forecast. It's really hard to do, but obviously quite a lot easier with Spotlight. Business advisory services also include monthly or quarterly sit-down meetings where your business advisor will review how your business has performed and walk you through those results, lift your financial literacy and get you thinking about ways to improve the business. At minimum, it's a great way of having someone extract you from the day-to-day grind of your business to think about your business from a top-down approach. Business advisory also includes business valuations and corporate secretarial work. I just want to jump in and show you an example of a Spotlight management report. Let's have a look here. So this is the type of report that GTH are able to produce. A little bit of time goes into the production of this report. Obviously, what's important to your business needs to be taken into account. Any non-financial variables that you may want to measure need to be imported. But ultimately, it's reporting on your financial information. There's an executive summary, so this is obviously observations and any recommendations down in writing, which obviously helps. As you go through the report, you'll often begin to strategize. What can we do to improve things? Having your business advisor hold you accountable to those strategies and those actions is quite important as well. So we have an action plan page in there where it lists out what our action items are, who's responsible and how we're tracking. This is an example of our P&L page. Now, as business owners, you're probably quite familiar with your profit and loss, or certainly the net profit line. But as you can see, we've started to extract some of the value tied up within the numbers. Hopefully you can see that, but bottom left-hand corner, we can see revenue for last year in green and for this year in blue. And some of those trends and ebbs and flows included with revenue, particularly at the beginning of the year, there's a dip in revenue for both years. So looking into why is that, understanding the drivers behind that dip, is that something we can lift? If it's not, can we control our costs around that period to maintain profitability? Though these are the types of things that your business advisor is able to help you with. The report is simply the catalyst to help you go through those results. Whole pile of information in here. I'm not going to bore you by going into each report and chart. This is a really handy one, cash flow waterfall report up the top in blue. That's all our revenue coming in. And then the yellow or orange is where it's going. So second line down, that actually says cost of sales. So a big chunk goes to cost of sales. Even more goes to overheads. Really visual way of understanding why we might not have as much money in a bank account as what we thought we should have. This one's quite interesting. Bottom left-hand corner, you've got your closing bank balance with the blue dot, sort of bottom right-hand corner, I should say. But then you've got a line through that. That's the fluctuation in your bank account. Are we going into the red at all throughout the year? Lots of information in there, guys. Once again, I'm not going to bore you with it. We also integrate with other data sources. So if you've got a website, for example, we will pull through your website stats. Top left-hand corner, you've got monthly unique visits to your website. We track all that information, or at least Google Analytics does, and we read that information. Why would you want to do that? You might want to track how effective your website is at converting visitors to your website to sales. For the first time ever, we can start overlaying our online revenue sales with our website stats. So it's quite interesting. It's certainly interesting the direction things are heading. An advisor, a business advisor, won't just help you out with your financial side, they'll be able to give you insight into some of the outlying factors that have a direct impact on your financials. So look, with the ability to produce these reports quite quickly these days, with hopefully the lower costs included with business advisory has opened up to a whole new tier of client. If you previously have thought business advisory services may have been out of your reach, engage with your account manager at GTH. Engage with GTH and see what it's going to cost. You might just get a simple dashboard report delivered to you every month. You might be able to take advantage of getting a budget or a forecast as we approach the new financial year, and then lock in a quarterly meeting or a monthly meeting to track how you are going with that particular forecast and budget. Certainly the experience that the team at GTH have across a wide range of businesses is invaluable. Their insight is where the real value is at. They'll help you make better informed decisions. They'll help you be more proactive, bring issues to light before they become major issues, be more results focused with strategizing, and also be a bit more innovative in terms of possible strategies. And look, to even do this, you've got to have a certain amount of passion. And the reality is, this is why most people became accountants in the first place, is to help businesses. So certainly something worth considering if you don't already. take advantage of GTH's business advisory services. But look, don't take my word for it. I was hoping to invite Adam and also Matt McCauley, a business advisor who I think most of you know from GTH, up on stage. And I'm just going to do a quick interview to see Adam's experience in terms of working with Matt. Adam is from a company called Vision Health, I understand. I thought we'd start, Adam, by getting you to tell us a bit about your company.
So we're a multidisciplinary allied health unit, locally owned. We've been in business for about 12, 13 years now. We do everything from chronic disease management, exercise prescription. We've got a dietitian on board, sports scientist who does our athlete development stuff. We've got a couple of little satellite clinics around Toowoomba as well, working out of GP clinics. And we've got a DEXA machine, which is a body composition analysis. Big old X-ray machine, which is pretty cool as well, and pretty scary for some people.
Fascinating. 12 years.
12 years, yeah.
Fantastic. And Matt, obviously you're a business advisor here at GTH. What's your background, mate? Where have you come from? Have you always done business advisory, or did you start off kind of being an accountant?
Yeah, we started off just like everyone else being an accountant. GTH has always done advisory in some form.
Yep.
And, you know, we, as you said before in your presentation, this is why we all became accountants, to actually help people. It takes away from the compliance side and gets you actually, you know, talk to your client more often and show them where you can help.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. So how did you two meet? Adam, how did you come across GTH and their advisory services?
We were actually, a couple of the partners were clients of ours, so we were giving them a touch-up in the gym in the early morning.
I think it was mainly Michael.
Probably 6 or 7 years ago, and I think most of them are still with us. One or two's flaked out since then, and we've picked up a couple of newbies since. So, yeah, they actually approached us for our services before we then were in the market for a new accountant, and these guys really helped us out in the early stages of that transition. So,
fantastic. And how often do you guys get together and discuss the performance of your business?
As far as professionally, once a month for the most part, but that's when we sit down. We run through a lot of the monthly reports and the budgeting and make sure we're staying on track there.
Great. And typically, Matt, what would be some of the things that you would discuss with Adam and the team?
Usually it's around a few of the KPIs we set up for the business, just checking on how we went in terms of we set some goals, making sure they're meeting them.
Yeah.
And then it's for these guys, there's a lot of just managing that cash flow. Their business is obviously people have to go in and train and do work, but you know, for one example, is I think Adam was talking about for December when everyone goes on holidays. You know, it's one of those things becomes apparent when you can get these reporting out, is that you need to prepare for when there is going to be a downturn in your income.
Right, great. I was going to ask you that, Adam. What improvements, or how has Matt been able to help your business?
Well, that one's still front of mind because this time last year we were still in a bit of strife off the back end of that quiet time, just with reduced numbers and a lot of our team members being away. So we had a lot of cash flow issues early 2017. I'm not going to say that we sailed through it seamlessly this time, but we're in a much better position come the end of January. So that's probably one of the biggest things that we noticed this time around. The other really cool thing is that I spend a lot of time on Xero. That's part of my duty. So I've got a business partner who doesn't look at Xero. He doesn't want to look at Xero, but he still needs to know what's going on. So he comes along to those meetings once a month, and he gets that monthly snapshot of where we are and how we're performing.
It's a bit easier to understand a picture than it is the figures within Xero, isn't it?
Oh, indeed, yes. So it definitely helps me. I see it day in, day out, and I see profit and loss and make sure there's money in the bank. But to be able to take a step back and get an idea of the bigger picture, and we know where we want to go, and Matty's helped us out in setting realistic targets to get there, but he makes sure that we're staying on track. Yeah? And if we're not, we find strategies to get back on track.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. And Matt, why do you enjoy being a business advisor? What do you get out of it?
You get to help the clients. It's you get to actually, as he said, you strategize. You get together and get some targets and actually see them meet those.
Yeah.
No, the compliance, doing tax returns or financials, that's the compliance side of it, and it's always in the past. So we like looking forward and helping improve businesses.
Fantastic. Adam, the age-old question, would you recommend the GTH Group as business advisors to another business owner?
Oh, most definitely. We deal a lot with small businesses, both professionally and in our business connections that we have. And we wouldn't be in the place we are now without these guys, especially the hard work over the past 3 years since we've been with them to pull us out of the stupor that we're in.
Yeah.